Hello everybody, welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to Kind of Hay Rail, the O-gauge high rail layout. One of the three layouts that I have. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to give you guys a York show report and then a little York train haul video this time around. But before I kick all that off, I would like to thank everybody who came up to me during the days of the 2024 TCA Eastern Division Fall York Show. And you guys were really good to me. This has been, as far as the amount of positive feedback that I got, this has been the best show ever. I've had a ton of feedback from the viewers, the public. Even the hobby shops are telling me, yeah, the people coming in here and saying, yeah, they saw our booth on Dakman Productions last year or the previous year. So it's it's blowing me away, and I appreciate you guys. Not only just watching my videos, not just saying hi to me, but also supporting the vendors at the shows. Now remember, you don't have to be at the show to buy something. So if you see something on one of my videos, please call. Don't be afraid to call the hobby shop, whoever, the vendor that you see on video. Say, hey, yeah, I saw it on Dakman Productions. I want to buy it. They will ship to you. They'd be more than happy. The vendors that you see on my videos know that there's a lot of people that shop for my videos, and they're, they sort of look forward to that now. So it works out for everybody. And, this is not an easy thing to do at all. And I appreciate the other YouTube channels who do recognize that this is a lot of work. Nick from Nick's Crossing had a live show. He thanked YouTube channels that go out and do, the show tour videos. I met up with Datafied at the New Jersey High Railers and Corey as well, and they're just supportive of what I do as well, and it's it's a lot of work. So for example, the longest amount of time that I spent on a video was the one for the 2024 TCA O-gauge train show tour. That video took me 6 hours to do, and that's no lie. It was really grueling and frustrating. I try to put out the videos that I know that are going to go quicker first, but that one was longer than I normally have taken before, and I'm trying to figure out why is it this particular year that this video is taking me longer than previous shows, because normally it doesn't take me 6 hours to do that video. I can get it done in about 3 to 4. And then after reviewing the video several times, I apologize if I missed edits, because I got messages, hey, you missed this edit, that edit. Look, I got a job. I got a real job. I got a 40-hour job, so yeah, I missed edits. I'm sorry about that. I try not to rush through it, but sometimes you still have to make that push, do your job, then move on to the next thing. So yeah, I'm going to miss an edit. I'm not NBC, I'm not Disney. I try to do the best I can. But going on, so basically what I'm trying to say is that particular video was harder than usual for me to do. I'm watching and trying to figure out what happened this time around. Why did it take me so long? Because that's the business side of me, manager side of me, saying, why did it take me so long to do this? And then I finally figured out it was the way that most of the booths were set up. So instead of doing clips, I call clip, anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes long. You do one nice sweep. I'm doing snippets. I'm doing a minute here, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, 30 second, 50 seconds. And it dawned on me that, I'm taking grains of sand and trying to put together a 300-pound pile of sand. And that's basically what happened there. And so it all had to do with how a lot of vendors set up their booths, is why this particular video took me so long. If I was to give out an award to the booth that had the best booth set up and well organized, if it was up to me and I was to give out that award, hands down, that award would go to Vince's Trains. That booth was well organized. It blows me away the way he organizes that booth. So, the way he does it, and for those who know where I'm going with this. So, you have all the Lionel steam locomotives together in one line. MTH Premier steam locomotives. Then he even separates it down to the Rail King steam locomotives. Then you have your Lionel diesels, your MTH Premier diesels, the MTH Rail King diesels, and he even separates the electric locomotives as well, like the GG1s, the Little Joes, so forth and so on. It's all well organized, and that booth was really easy to film. The other part that slowed me down a lot was people want to see the pricing, which they look forward to, so I didn't want to disappoint. But if the vendors are watching this, please use bigger price tags like some other people were using. When you have these little white price tags and you're trying to focus on that takes a lot of time to get in there and do that. But some people are using big paper, 700, 500, and they were really easy to film. So, but yeah, that was definitely the longest grueling video that I had to edit and put together, which is why it didn't come out until much later. Normally, I like to put out a tour video within a day or two of the show, but it just wasn't happening, so I just kept putting out shorter stuff. And also, my apologies to the viewers. I could not make it to the meet and greet. It's a great event for people to get to see their favorite YouTube channels. I just could not make it there because I wanted to concentrate behind the scenes on getting as much filming done as possible. And that's the only way I can do it is, not attending the meet and greet. But I did make up for it in other ways, so anytime anybody stopped and wanted to talk with me, I made sure to take the time to do that and answer their questions. And, I spent time with people who did approach me. There was people who wanted to take selfies with me, and I made sure I made time for them as well. So I did make up for it in that respect that, when I was walking among everybody that, I took the time out to talk to them. And I appreciate you guys, again, chatting with me and, just asking questions. And it was just a fun time. That's my most favorite part about being at a show and behind the scenes is just chatting with all the different people, interacting. For those who may not know, the TCA Fall York Show hosted a scavenger hunt sponsored by Y-Bridge Hobbies. And Y-Bridge Hobbies is a hobby shop that was formed and owned by a younger generation, so make sure you support them. It's nice to see younger people opening up hobby shops, so shout out to Y-Bridge Hobbies. So I became a sponsor to help out Y-Bridge Hobbies for the scavenger hunt, and I ended up giving them an MTH Premier tank car. And so the scavenger hunt was, they had the train car there. You had to go and find the box. It was in Orange Hall, so you had to go through a scavenger hunt to find these train cars. Later that day, I came back to Y-Bridge Hobbies and asked Jesse and Chris, hey, did somebody find my train car? Yeah. And it was actually a young kid who found it. I'm like, good, I'm glad a kid found it. And, you know, he'll have something from Deckman Productions. Later that day, I was getting wiped out, and I decided to sit down for a little bit in a purple hole. And here comes the family along that, you know, with their son. Well, actually, they had two sons with them, but the one son had actually found my car, and he got it. So I got to spend time with the family, talking to them. So they wanted to know if I could tell the story behind that tank car to their son. I said, sure. And, you know, I told the story behind the tank car, and the whole entire family enjoyed it, and it was a great time. So now, you know, I'm thinking, you know, the young boy has something, you know, special to remember the TCA event from, and that's what it's all about, you know, making sure that the kids enjoy the show, and to the point that they want to come back again. And I think that was the scavenger hunt and me explaining the story behind that made that all more special to him, that, you know, he'll want to return for the next show. While I was there, I was surprised by Kevin Quinn, the new president of the TCA National, and he says, don't go anywhere, I got a present for you. And he ended up giving me an appreciation award for covering the 70th anniversary of the TCA convention. You can watch it right here.
All right, we're here at the TCA booth in October, York. All right, I got Deckman Productions here, because you know that because you're on, signed on. Now, I got a little thank you here for Sean. I'm going to read it. Sean, thank you so much for attending and covering the 2024 convention. We appreciate all the time and effort you put into covering the convention. You did a tremendous job with all your videos on your Deckman Productions YouTube channel. Our members are very appreciative of your efforts. There was a lot of positive feedback on your videos, about your videos, okay? TCA is very appreciative of your support and values your friendship. Great job. On behalf of TCA, Sean, we want to thank you. It's a little thank you for coming out and videoing our convention in Lancaster. Thank you very much. We're very appreciative. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. And this has been a great surprise. I mean,
yeah,
wow.
Just a little bit of thank you for you.
Wow, this is amazing.
It shows you how much we appreciate your effort.
Yeah, really
Good job, my friend. Good job.
And I'm lost for words.
And I finally got him. I got him. Remember he got me with the deer in the headlights? I got him. He's a loss for words, people.
I'm a loss for words.
Isn't this not great? Right here, TCA booth, York.
And once again, thanks a lot. And thank you,
my pleasure,
to viewers for supporting the channel.
Yes, absolutely,
watching the videos, and also thank you for supporting the organizations such as the TCA and the vendors who come in and shopping with them. It all counts, and just thank you for everything. So
great job. Thank you, Sean.
Nope. And Kevin Quinn really surprised me. That was really nice to receive that award. It was I wasn't expecting it. And for those who are now looking at my shirt, I call this my official York shirt now. Well, actually, John Hilt started that, of the Lower Susquehanna Club. John's like, yeah, that's going to be your official York show shirt now. And sure enough, people get a kick out of this Conroe patch shirt. I get more comments about this shirt at a show than anything else. Originally, I did it to, you know, irritate Walt of the Train Shop Weekly show at Henning's Trains. And, but people were getting the wrong idea that me and Walt weren't getting along and we were fighting and mortal enemies and this and that. And they weren't realizing that we were doing all this in fun. So we did make a video. Walt presented me, this was in his late father's collection. His father passed away, but his dad had this limited edition Georgia marble Conrail locomotive. It's really cool. It's actually made of real Georgia marble. It's number 488 out of 3,000. He presented this to me, and then we talk about how our interactions are really for fun. So watch this.
A lot of you think me and Sean don't really like each other, but we do. We get along good. We like busting each other's stuff. This to show you all how, what do you call it? My late father, going through his stuff, he always had crazy knickknacks. And what do I find? A little C-rail and a little paperweight for Sean to put on his desk as if he has it. I don't think he does. But to show everybody that we get along really good, I always try to bring Sean gifts when I find stuff that is a Conrail. And I do have something else somewhere that my dad had, but there you go, bud.
Thank you.
And it's a limited edition piece of granite, I think from Georgia.
Wow, that's very cool, and I thank you very much. And as Walt had already mentioned, there's people who think that we're mortal enemies, but we're not. You know, even though we have our own likes and opinions, you know, I like Conrail, he likes Reddings, and, you know, yeah, but we actually get along. So for those who are thinking, yeah, they go at it, that's not, it may look that way on Facebook groups and stuff, but we're having fun with each other.
Oh, we look forward to seeing busting each other's shoes all the time.
And you know, there's a lot of people who do enjoy watching us bust each other, because we do it in fun. And for those who don't understand that, that's what this is all about. We're having fun with each other.
Yeah, we seriously don't hate each other.
No. So we wanted to clear the air about that, and appreciate everybody, you know, who joins the Facebook groups, especially the ones that we belong to.
Yeah.
So, and also supporting Hannings and the Train Shop Weekly. So we'll catch you guys later, and hopefully everybody understands now.
All right.
All right, we'll catch you later. So, although I got a lot of positive comments about, you know, what I'm doing and about my channel and stuff, I did get one common, I don't know if you would call it a negative feedback, but we'll call it a neutral feedback. And we're going to talk about that on this video. So the one common feedback that I'll call neutral, I don't think it's totally negative, is that a couple vendors, actually 3 vendors, had said, you know, we like the fact that, you know, you put this out there for us, and that you know, the pricing and stuff, but most of the time when you put this out there, most of the trains are sold, or some people from the show, or some people are calling 6 months later and it's already gone. And I wouldn't say that's anything negative. At least you have people calling you and asking you if you still have it. And there's been times where some stores still do have something. But yeah, a lot of the trains that you saw on my videos, because I was behind the scenes, a lot of those trains are sold. I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of trains did sell. Because, you know, I get to go behind the scenes before everything leaves and gets sold, but you guys get to see the good stuff before it's gone. What I got to say is live shows are not something, or something that I have tried, but they haven't been successful for my channel. And there's 2 reasons why live shows don't do good for me. Number one is the reception, and most of these buildings is very horrible. So you're going to get a kind of like a grainy video. You're not going to see the sticker prices and so forth and so on. The other downfall to a live show, you have to have everybody watching it right then and there to buy something. People are working throughout the day and stuff like that, so you're not going to get everybody at the same time to watch the live show. It's not going to happen. Which leads to the other thing. The replay for a live show, at least for my channel, is not there. YouTube does not push live shows. Once it's done and over with, that's it, it's done. Like if I make a video, as long as people are interacting with it, liking it, YouTube keeps pushing that video up. But when it comes to a live stream, once it's done, they don't push it no more. So your chances for a replay on a live show later is not there. So your chances of selling a train on a live show after the fact that it's over with is nil to none. I can remember one time out of the 2 experimental live shows that I've actually sold a train. So it was Seaside Hobbies and Craig. So for those who know Craig and Seaside Hobbies, you can ask him about this story. So I was at a show during a live feed, and I was shooting video. Well, while I was shooting video, somebody all the way in Oregon saw something that they wanted and called the store. The store calls Craig at the show while I'm still doing the live show. And Craig's asking the store clerk, he goes, well, I have that piece here at the show. And the clerk says, yeah, I know that. They want to buy it from you. Well, he goes, well, how are they seeing it? He goes, they're seeing it on a live show on YouTube. He goes, what? It's on YouTube? It's after the live show is done, Craig was just so blown away that he sold something that he said, I can't believe this really worked. This is great. He said, I sold something to somebody all the way in Oregon on this live feed that you're doing. So yeah, I did sell one thing for a vendor, but the possibilities of selling, vendors selling something is better on a video, in my opinion, from what I've seen. So I know people are going to ask me, did I buy the Mecca MTH Premier Conrail SD35? It was a limited edition, 2 different road numbers, only 18 of each road number. Now I'm going to say that it's a great piece. Stu and Mecca and MTH did an excellent job capturing the correct color, the correct font, the correct colors on the front of the platforms. Everything was done all 100% legit. However, in the end, you guys know, I'm a Lionel locomotive guy. Sometimes I torture myself with some other colors, but anyway, so yeah, I'm not an MTH DCS person. Everybody's got, as Stu would say, chocolate and vanilla. Some people like this and some people like that. And he understands that. He really does. Otherwise, if they were Lionel pieces, I would have bought 2 road numbers off of them for sure. But hopefully, if you're a MTH Premier Conrail person, go to Mecca, and they're available to the public, and buy 1, buy 2, because they're not going to make them anymore. Now, if you guys are looking for another show to make up for missing York, the next best show to go to if you're into O-Gauge is Allentown. Allentown is a great show. It's just jam-packed with tons of trains. And a lot of the vendors that are at York will be at Allentown. So yeah, you'll have Just Trains, Pete Costa, Westchester Hobbies, Grzybowski's, the TCA will be there with Stacy. Make sure you see Stacy. She's got some great stuff at the TCA booth. Stu will be there with the Mecca booth. Stop off and say hi to him. Say, hey, yeah, we saw you on Dak Band's video. You lost your voice. You must have talked too much. But, yeah, a lot of the great vendors that were at the TCA show will be at Allentown. So don't miss Allentown. Alright, so let's talk about the TCA York altogether. I will have to say that The pre-show did really, really well. It's booming. More people have attended the pre-show this year than the last 2 years. It just keeps growing and booming. You have more people coming through there. For Thursday, it was a busy day. There was a ton of members there. Great crowd coming through. And yeah, there was a lot of people there. And what was nice, quick little story, is as I'm walking through, and again, like I said, I make up for, not going to the meet and greet by talking to people, but it was this father and his young son were coming through when the doors opened up, and his son had a book in his hand, a Lionel book in his hand, and he had the pages opened up to the Lionel Conrail / CSX locomotive, and he wanted to show that to me. So I made sure to spend time with the father and the son, answering the son's questions about, Conrail, and he was looking at this, book, and he wanted to show it to me and tell me how he likes Conrail. So it's it's the things like that that make you keep doing this, to bring the younger crowd in, and it's well worth doing just to see, there's kids that look up to our channels, and you just don't realize that until you're at the shows. And so that's why, I enjoy going to the shows, bringing the content for those who can't go, for the kids who are in school, they get to see what they're missing. And hopefully everybody gets something out of it. And I try to keep it, you guys see, I try to keep it all positive. And, I keep the negatives down. If there's something to talk about negative, I will. Then you have Friday, which was open to the public. Not as many people coming through, but still relatively, busy. And then Saturday, not as many people were there. But it was just another normal York. I'm sure people say, yeah, it wasn't as busy Saturday. Well, usually Saturday is never really that busy on any of the Yorks, so it's nothing new. To me, it was another satisfying York, and I still think you guys should come out. I do want to touch on one subject that many people can't seem to get past, and that's the fact that Lionel is not there anymore. Well, Lionel said they'll come back as long as the attendance comes up. But if there's people keep saying, we're not coming unless Lionel's there, they're never going to come back. That's why they're going to Comic-Con instead of to the TCA York, because Comic-Con has more people coming through the door. And besides that, why let the fact that whether Lionel is there or not dictate whether you should go? I mean, what are you really gaining from not going because of Lionel not being there? I don't understand that. I mean, are you just going to go there and complain to them about their pricing? But Lionel typically would go there to show product. And, I would like to see them come back again. But in order for that to happen, you guys have to start attending again. Besides that, there are plenty of other dealers that can answer your Lionel questions. There's plenty of Lionel dealers there that show new product, answer your questions, and so forth and so on. So make sure you try to attend a York show. If you're letting Lionel hold you back, then, I think you're missing out on a great show. That's just my opinion. The one thing that I have seen throughout the times of me going to different shows is that the demographics of people who buy trains are changing. So what I mean is I'm seeing a lot more operators than there are collectors. Before there were collectors who would buy trains, leave them in a box and put them on a shelf and stuff them in the corners. Next thing they know, they got their basement full of trains, their closet, their bathroom, bedroom, attic, whatever space, underneath of the kitchen cabinet, wherever they can put a train in, they got it full and they don't run anything. They just want something to collect and say, yep, I see it, it's mine, there it is, they never run again. But a lot of that has gone away. People now coming through are operators or people like me who are collector / operator. So there's certain things that I want, but they're getting run. I mean, I am not buying trains for my investment for retirement. Because I see, oh yeah, as soon as you buy a Lionel $1,800 locomotive, it loses half its value as soon as you get it home. Well, I am not buying stuff for an investment. I'm buying stuff for an investment of retirement. I'm buying stuff as an investment for my happiness. And if I can bring something home and it makes me happy, I don't care what I spent on it. Who cares? I mean, there's people that go out there and will spend $800 to $2,000 on a cell phone without batting an eye. But yet they'll complain about buying a $1,200, locomotive. But I digress on that one. And speaking of which, I've seen comments on my videos. Yeah, these trains are beyond my pay grade. Now, I don't know what people make and so forth or what their situation is. But to give you an example for me, I'm a single income guy. I mean, I got to watch my budget really, really much. I'm not a six-figure salary person and a single income guy, so I have to watch what I spend. So I ordered 2 Lionel locomotives, pre-ordered. A Conrail GP9 and a Conrail Blue, and a GP9B and a Conrail Blue. And I knew I was ordering that stuff. So in January, first week of January, I have a shoebox. Size 12 shoebox. That's what size shoes I'm wearing, in case you want to donate any to me. But I had this shoebox, and what I do is every week I'll stick $30 into it. Week 1, $30 cash. Week 2, cash. 3, cash. Just keep putting $30 away. So I started at the first week of January, $30 a week. Well, at this point in time, I'm at $1,260. So now I have enough money to pay for those 2 locomotives by only saving $30 a week. Sort of like the Christmas Club when I was a kid and my parents participated in that. For those who are not from my generation, there was a thing banks would do called a Christmas Club. It was very, very common back in the day because my parents were poor. They were broke. My dad worked 2 jobs. My mom worked a part-time job. And that's what we did to survive. We would eat the same thing 2-3 days in a row. Make these big meals. She would stretch things out, stretch the clothes. The typical. Everybody thinks it's just now, but no. Back in the 70s, it was a struggle too. It always has been a struggle for certain families. It's nothing new. But at any rate, so banks starting at a certain date would host a Christmas club. And then you would put, my mom and dad would put so much money a week away in a Christmas club, and when it came time for Christmas shopping, they would have so much money saved and they would pull it back out, and that's what they did with their Christmas shopping with. The Christmas club money. So basically my shoebox is my, I guess you could say my train club money. Even though it's not a club. Maybe I should come up with a different name for it rather than club. Not sure. Train savings? I don't know. You guys name it for me. Name my shoebox savings. But anyway, so that's how I got my idea for the shoebox savings. And you don't realize how far $20 and $30 a week will get you until you do it. Alright, so let's get to the train show haul. I've already bored you guys enough, I'm sure, with the talk. So I would like to thank Len in the Purple Hall for this gift he gave me. It is a 1998 TTOS convention car with the Conrail flat car with shovel kit. Lionel 6-52149. Thank you, Len, very much for this wonderful gift. We'd like to thank Bob's Trains for You for this gift. Bob's Trains for You. He gave me this MTH Premier Conrail 8,000 gallon tank car. And it is a cool piece. And once again, Bob, thanks a lot. For those who don't know, Bob is the president of the TCA Eastern Division. So I'd like to give a shout out to Landon over there at Berkshire Station Model Trains. Another younger generation who decided to put 2 feet into owning a hobby shop, and he's doing very well with it, so make sure you support him. Again, that's Berkshire Station Model Trains. And I just could not walk away without these. So he had this AGP tank car, Atlas Master Series tank car. Very nice piece, had to have it. And I was walked away, and I was kind of like eyeing this up, and Andy's like, "Look, I'll give you a good deal on this." I'm like, "Okay," and he told me a price, and obviously I picked it up. So Landon, Berkshire Station Model Trains, thank you very much. Check them out. One other thing is that Landon, being how he's new to owning a hobby shop, he wants to step forward into doing custom runs. And he asked me about doing a custom run with Dackman Productions, a locomotive or a freight car or something. So if that's something you guys want to see, put in the comments what you would like to see or what type of design. Would you want a Dackman locomotive, a Conahay Rail locomotive? Would you want a caboose, or would you want a piece of rolling stock? Start out, it depends on what it is. It depends on how much you gotta make. Like if you hook up with Lionel, and as long as you piggyback with them, you can make up to 40 units. So I would have to get at least 40 pre-orders to do a locomotive. But if that's something you guys are interested in doing, because right now I didn't want to give them an answer because I didn't feel comfortable enough that my channel's even big enough to do something like that. But if I can get 40 people on board to buy a locomotive, then we'll get together and we'll come up with a game plan and some artwork and go forward with it. But anyway, let's go ahead and run my train show haul. I know you guys like to see the stuff that I buy running. I know you guys yelled at me before. It's like, we want to see your stuff run that you buy. Okay, I got it. So I make sure to do that now. So stay tuned after this to see the train run. I'll do a couple shots of the train running with my train show haul stuff in it. And in the meantime, I'll catch you guys at the next train show. There'll be plenty of them this year, or the next event. Catch you guys trackside. So stay tuned for this train run. Here we go.
Your are one